Okay. So we're recording. Yeah. Hello, I'm Anders. I use the he, him pronouns. I'm here with Lowell. And we're going to roll up some characters and a town for the Lavender Hack. We are both part of the Open Hearth gaming community. And we're doing this as a game on the calendar there. We're not going to actually play the game. We're just going to do character creation and town creation just to feel those out. And maybe this recording will be helpful for someone else who wants to have a look at the game and see kind of what kind of things you get out of this part of the process. Normally, I would do some kind of safety check here and do lines and bales. I feel like we know each other well enough that we don't need to do that. We can use the X card and other things if
that sounds like a good idea. Yeah, as long as we got that on the table. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I don't know this game. I don't think there is any problematic content in it, but you never know. You have random tables. There could be something. Could be a combination of things that turn out to be weird in some way. So I have a half-finished character keeper, which I don't know how well this is going to work. But we'll see. If it doesn't work, I mean, these are OSR characters. They're not very complicated, so we can just take notes in whatever format. Especially the town stuff, I don't think that's very well defined here, but so I'll probably end up taking notes on that in some other way, but we'll see.
Okay.
There are spots for the characters. There is a abbreviated character creation tab. I think it has most of the stuff that you need, but not all of it. But there are. It's all in the PDF. Town and culture creation. That's just pointers to the pages in the PDF. I have integrated a dice roller that works. It has, you just write in the dice expressions. If you want to roll 3d6, you just write 3d6. You have to delete the expression between each time because otherwise the randomization doesn't work.
Okay.
But that's the only thing with it.
I unusually have a fat set of physical dice here at
my computer. Cool.
Yes.
Yeah, I should actually bring physical dice as well. I have them nearby. Cool. So I figure we'll probably roll up 2 characters each.
Okay.
Because each character rolls up a building, and you want enough stuff there for it to be something. So you can start rolling up your character maybe while I go fetch my dice. And The first thing is just 3d6 in order for the abilities.
Okay. I'll grab the row column 3 and 4. Oh,
If you don't, I'm still here.
Oh, I'll need you to turn it from view only.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
I did not know I had that on. Let's see. Anyone with the link can edit. I think.
Yep.
Let me refresh.
Reload for changes to take effect. There we go.
Cool.
Looks good. That's more like it.
You took columns 3 and 4, right?
Yeah. Yep. Oh my gosh, you rolled 3 ones.
Yep. So my best roll was a 12.
Oh my gosh. I did significantly better than that.
Yeah, but that's they're OSR characters.
Yes.
Uh, so yeah, my second character has a strength of 3. Impressive. So let's see. Next step is to roll for star sign, which
Okay.
is on page 24. I can probably paste that in. Let's see.
I can also open up the PDF.
Yeah, I put it in. It's on the character creation tab.
Okay.
It's a D12, and these are weird star signs, which
Okay. Right. So 10 is. All right. Do you read across then? So
yeah.
Okay.
So that's the yeah. I think the curse is something that can get activated later. I think that's an in-game thing. So the domains is like what's this sign about?
Okay.
And I think that's just flavor, but I'm not sure. There may be some interaction in the mechanics that I haven't looked at. Oops. Let's see.
Let's see. So my first one is the esoteric fungus.
Mm-hmm.
Poison, mold, caverns, and disease. And then photophobia, voyage too deep underground, and dig in the earth as the curses. And the other one.
I clearly not made enough space for.
You never know where you're going to need to do the word wrap.
Yeah. And if I remember correctly, they don't mean these. I don't think the star signs have like. I don't think they're supposed to be read as predictive or like enforcing what this character is about. It's more like this is something you can use if you want to. But I have to confess, I don't remember.
And I got silent sirens for my other character.
Mm-hmm.
Domains are love, storms, boats, and water. And the curse is sorrow, seek the sea, wail and cry, sing shanties, drink rum. It's a little gentler curse than the photophobia.
Yeah. Yeah, my first is ineffable worm. So riddles, dragons, spells, and air. And the curse is greed, steal treasures, ignore friends, read tombs. I think that's supposed to be raid tombs.
Mm-hmm.
Seems more likely. And then I have the Tipsy Gnome. Illusion, ale, summer, and earth. Obnoxious. Play mean tricks on those around you. That's just a play character, right?
Yes.
Cool. So the next step is to choose a class. There are 3 classes: strong, deft, and wise. So it's basically fighter, thief, spell caster. No, what's it called? Magic user is the original term. This will, I think, what you get immediately is your hit die. We'll roll for equipment, so we don't need to choose that. And then the core concept, those you can either create your own. You can roll or you can create your own.
Okay.
So let's see.
D12.
Okay.
I see there are several.
Sorry?
I see that there's several core concept.
Yeah, there's one for each character class.
Oh, okay, so it's
strong. They're in columns. This is part of the stuff
okay.
I didn't have time to finish. So everything for strong characters is in that first. I can put some colors on them to make it a bit clearer.
Okay, and then, oops. So let's look at strong background. 5.
So yeah, then you roll your hit die with advantage. So you roll twice, pick the highest, add your con modifier.
Oh, add the con modifier? Okay.
Yeah.
So for my deft, I chose, or I got the Courtier of Candlelight Keep, but also a Southgate Tollkeeper. And then for the strong, Skyfleet Mercenary Marine and Enforcer for a Tax Collector.
Nice.
Yeah.
My deft is a Speaker for the East, formerly political rabble rouser. And my wise is Keeper of Natural Lore, Prince Gilroy's accountant. So rather specific, but that's, or specific but undefined, which is fun.
I like that.
So then you roll for starting gear, which is armor, starting weapon, starting items. Yeah, the deft get both. Yeah, it's different for each.
Okay.
class.
Let's see. So,
But it's it's a number of
okay. So for him,
variables.
1 leather.
That's just 4, 2. So, oops.
Armor just goes under gear.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have clearly not given enough space for the results for some of these. I don't remember what the number is, if that's encumbrance or something else.
Well, they've got slots for encumbrance.
Yeah, and I think with the numbers we have, this can't be encumbrance. It's something else.
Maybe a usage.
It could be. There are usage dice in this game. These are not that, but this could be number of uses before you have to repair them or something, or like that kind of durability number. I'm not sure. I can look it up if we have time over and feel like it's important. Since we're not playing, it's not really. Could be value as well.
Oh, that's true. So for my strong, I ended up with leather, warhammer, both the very basic of the gear, and then a poisonous turtle and a bucket of turtle food. And then for my wise, I was lucky enough to get leather, and then short sword, longbow with arrows, and then dire tarantula venom.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, my deft is extremely well equipped. Leather armor, long sword, pistol lodge shot, and a potion of virility, which is a thing. My wise has a staff, basalt viper, as they're familiar, and an eyeball of the planar beast. No idea what that does. But I should also roll favored element and a starting spell. Not sure I made room for those. Probably not. I just put it here on the gear. Favored element is shadow.
That's nice.
And my spell 20. Number 1, animate object. Yeah, and then starting class feats. I have to that. Oh. Cord starting class feats. Maybe there's not much choice there. No, I think you get all the starting feats. Which
okay.
For the strong attack, savage strike, weapon and armor repair. Let me see. I should
starting feats 31. Mighty Thews, power attack, savage strike, weapon, and armor repair.
Let's see. In the class description, starting feats are available immediately. Players choose an advanced feat each time the character gains a level. So yeah, you get all of the starting feats.
It's interesting. I'm not used to OSR games where you actually get a lot of things to choose from at the start.
Yeah, there's no choice here. You just get all of them. So deft get sneak attack and resourceful. Let's see.
Oh yeah, just the 2. Okay.
Yeah. And the wise get magical spells, familiar, favored elements. Oh, they also get calamity and cure. Oh, right. It's basically they all get healing. You can sacrifice memorized spells to do heal or harm.
Okay. Good basic.
Yeah. So that's it for character creation, other than names and appearance and that sort of thing.
Okay.
I feel like this gives you quite a lot to go on. There's like with all everyone of the same class getting all the same starting feats. That means they're going to be pretty similar in that way. But with like different stats and different equipment and that sort of thing, I think there's a fair bit of variety.
Yeah. Well, and I wonder how how much impact the star sign has, whether that is just color or there's some other differentiation.
Let me check. Star sign. Characters are born under a star sign that impacts the course of their life. Roll a d12. Alternatively, players may create their own signs using the tables as inspiration. Signs have domains of influence as well as negative qualities, which come into play if the character becomes cursed under the sign as explained below. May require tweaking for the setting of the game. The example signs reference common fantasy tropes that also tie into important game themes. Category subtable is helpful for coming up with inspiration for why. Oh, sorry, that was wise. Yeah, that's all it says under star signs. So it's purely flavor.
So the domain, well, and the curse, if you get cursed, it gives you some. Okay.
So it's more like the curse is an actual mechanical thing, but the others is just flavor, RP, something you can mine for role playing. And I assume that this would be like, no, I'm born under this sign, but I don't care about that. But it gives you something to play off of, which is always fun. Yeah, I think the core concepts and backgrounds are also clearly like very specific and flavorful, which of course means that if you happen to get two characters who have the same one, you may need to. I mean that's always something you can play into.
Right.
I suspect these are things that you want to renew them after a while if you have a long running game for various reasons.
Yeah.
But like Speaker for the East and Political Rabble Rouser, that paints a quite clear picture. So that's fun. And Skyfleet Mercenary Marine Enforcer for Tax Collector, that also, like you can join those together. So yeah, interesting. Cool. I feel like we could try out the town and culture competition. So before you do the town, you have to do the town's culture.
Okay.
And here I don't have anything prepared, so I think I'll just do some lines for notes on the town and culture creation page. Or tab. So the role for types of folk, and these are the fantasy races, and the game is very clear that it does not equate race with culture, which I think is a good thing. So what we're defining is a culture, and that culture can be predominantly one specific type of folk, or it can be multiple types of folk in the same culture. So why don't you roll a D100 and we'll see what we get. And if you get an even result, then we add another type of folk.
Okay.
And this, I have the table here. So.
All right. 08.
08. So that's dwarfs. And we roll again. So let me find the right thing. Close this. So we have dwarf. And did you make another roll?
Another D100?
Yeah.
41.
41, that's halflings. I need to close some things here because I keep clicking the wrong thing. Too many too many things. Yeah, so dwarves and halflings.
Okay.
And then we roll for a paragon and a rebel. And the paragon is like a positive role that they look up to and try to embody. And the rebel is a countercultural icon
Okay.
in this culture. And I need to find page. That's page 123. Oh, it's before. It's weird. Yeah, cool. So it's a D100 again.
Okay. So we do this for each of the races?
No, this is for the entire culture.
Oh, okay. 83.
So the paragon is a sorcerer, or is the paragon is sorcerer.
Okay.
And then we need a rebel.
72.
72, that's cook.
Everybody wants to be a sorcerer. Nobody wants to be a cook.
Well, it's not that nobody wants to be. It's like you have the. Let me see. I read this earlier today. The paragon is an aspirational role in society, something held in high regard, while the rebel is a countercultural icon. So it's both of these are important roles in the society. So, I mean, if we take, I'm trying to figure out what would be suitable things in the modern day. Or like if you could do like a highwayman could be a rebel. It's someone cool and mysterious and that sort of thing, but they're not like accepted by having cook as a and the thing is that all the people in this culture get both the benefits from the paragon and the rebel.
Oh, interesting.
So the paragon sorcerer provides access to an additional random spell, okay, and cook provides mastery of rare plants, because these are both things that are important in this culture. I'm trying to wrap my head around having cook as a as a counterculture thing, as a rebel, but I guess that could be viewed as something a bit decadent, like, oh, you're spending time and effort and resources on just making food taste good.
You've also got the cook as like a role for the traveling thing. So I wonder if it is a living rough on the land kind of idea there, you know.
Yeah, that's interesting. Like when you live in it could also be like when you live in a village, it could be like a butcher being unclean, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we have to have someone who cooks the food, but you have like one person who cooks the food for everyone, so that no one has to do it for themselves.
Yeah.
But when you're out on the road, then you have to cook for yourself. That's
yeah, I think it definitely feels like the one that is kind of the survivor and sharer of things. They're smart in that way. Yeah,
they're both wise. Like they belong to one of the classes, and both of these belong to the wise class. So clearly, this is a society that values knowledge and that sort of thing over physical prowess.
Yeah, not great for my strong character with the wisdom of 5.
No, he'll be a bit of an aberration there. Then we also roll for supply and demand. And these are things that the supply is things that they have a lot of. And here it's, let's see, it's a D100 again.
Okay.
We roll on the valuables and expertise table.
So for that, how many times do we roll?
One's for supply and one's for demand.
Okay. So 31 for supply.
That's firearms.
That's nice. And then I rolled exactly the same thing. 95 for demand.
95. That is scrolls, which makes sense if they're into magic.
Does suggest that guns are probably made with a little more tech and sorceress knowledge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's interesting. And then we create 3 customs and we roll for a touchstone for each. And this was, let's see, these tables are all over the place. Yeah, so
127 for that, I believe.
yeah, that's where the table is, but there were some notes on customs. Yeah, here we go. Culture, supply, and demand. Armed with answers to the previous questions, that's the rebel and paragon and all that. A picture emerges of what life in the culture is like. Customs are elements of the culture that the players are likely to engage with. Come up with a list of 3 customs for the culture. Roll on faction touchstones for each custom. Use the result along with what has been decided so far to provide inspiration for the custom. Write each custom in first person. For example, we are always close to our horse. We never visit the blue steps alone. We can always find the answer somewhere in our great library. Naturally, everyone in the culture doesn't adhere to all of the customs, but having customs defined provides a good contrast for those who don't.
Okay.
So what do we think would be an interesting custom here?
Well, let's roll on the touchstone.
Yeah, cool.
I have an 80.
80 is deer. With food, then?
Yeah. Deer are fairly important and common food stuff. I wouldn't think they'd be prohibited. I like what you said earlier about like the cook as a figure of sharing. Maybe it's that deer are always shared among the community. When you catch a deer, other things you catch you might keep for yourself, but you have to share deer out amongst.
If we catch a deer, we always share it.
Yeah.
Cool. I like that.
Next number is 95.
95 is red. So that doesn't tell us much, but it could be something to do with how they dress, or red could signify something in particular.
You think it has something to do with sorcery? We've got a lot of magical references and wise references.
Yeah, that makes sense. It could be like the more red or the more skilled you are in sorcery, the more red clothes you wear or something.
Oh yeah, like the what were they called? The rules for what people could wear that were imposed by the upper classes. Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you can't wear red unless you possess sorcery. And I like that what you said. The more red you wear,
Mm-hmm.
we wear we can wear more red the wiser we become, or the more sorcerers we become.
Yeah. The more wise we are. I think we can wear more. We can wear more red the more wise we are, and I'm just going to put in parentheses equals knows more magic,
Right.
because that's how they measure wisdom. Is like, oh, you know a lot of magic. That means you're a wise person.
Sumptuary laws is what they were.
Sumptuary.
That
I've
covered.
heard that, but I would not have remembered it.
Yeah, no, it covers like luxury goods and dress
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
things like that. So
You
that
can't drink coffee. That's not for you.
gasp. And a third one, right?
Yeah, one more.
Okay. This is 27.
That's honor. That's interesting. We haven't really had anything like that. So this could be something you have to do to uphold your honor. It could be some way of displaying your honor or sense of honor.
We've got, right, the sorcerer as our
Paragon, yeah.
paragon. I wonder if maybe it is, and this maybe it tags a little bit onto the red, is that we honor wisdom, like that. That is what was considered reverential. Not necessarily the eldest, but the wisest.
Yeah.
Are held in esteem.
We honor wisdom and hold the wise in high esteem.
Yeah.
And there is a correlation there with knowing magic. You have to be wise to know magic, or if you know magic, you're wise. But that's probably like different people there will have different opinions on that.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So those are the customs. And then you name the faction, you name the language or languages that they speak, and there it's very clear that these are not. Lavender Hack doesn't have languages like Dwarven or Elvish. Languages are specific to a particular culture. So this is.
So that'd be a little more like building a map and naming things at that point, right?
Yeah. And this is the culture for the starting town, the town where we start. And then you can create values and history and create a paragon leader now. And I don't think we need to name them or name the languages right now. That feels like something we can come back to. So we get to town creation, and we've created the town's culture or faction. I think culture and faction are used interchangeably, but not 100. Let's see. Culture is the most important part of a faction. Yeah. So what we've done is the culture part, and then the leaders and that sort of thing. That's part of the faction, but the faction belongs to the culture. Or the culture is the foundation for the faction. Like the leaders can change as you play things out, but the culture will remain the same.
Okay, I like it.
So for the town, I'm skipping over a lot of the naming stuff here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Really enjoy naming stuff, but I also feel like that's not why we're here.
Fair.
So each player creates a starting location, and you roll on page 151 based on your class. So you had a strong character, right?
Yes.
You roll 1d10.
Okay. So starting character for the strong is an 8.
That's a guild hall.
Okay.
So I think, yeah, I had something. Let's see if this works. Location type, guild hall. And then you roll 1d100 for the proprietor.
Okay. So for that guild hall, 76.
76. That is the town's baker.
Okay.
So we put that under proprietor, town's baker. And oh yeah, the town hall or at the guild hall, you can recover and shop. So we check
Okay.
those off there.
Oh, I see where you have it. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I should have told you where I was. And I think, I don't know if the type and limitation, I don't remember. It was so long ago that I did this. I'm not sure that's actually relevant until you get, because you can, as you play the game, you can level up the locations, give them specialties, not level up, but you can give them specialties, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I don't think the rest of the stuff here matters until you do that. So the important thing here is at the guild hall, you can rest and you can buy and sell things.
Okay. Why don't you do your deft or your wise now? We'll kind of swap
Yeah.
off.
I will do my deft.
Okay.
So a D10, that's a 5, a common market where you can shop.
Okay.
So common market. And yeah, shop. Oh, right. I didn't fix this. I was fiddling around with it and didn't
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah. And I should roll a D100. 33. That is my character's friendly rival.
Nice.
So that would be character 1's friendly rival. Operates the common market.
Okay.
So you have your debt.
Yeah. And for that, I got a 1.
A circus.
And let's see who the proprietor is.
Oops.
8. My uncle.
Your uncle.
So character 3's uncle runs the circus.
You see that I made a very basic mistake here and didn't realize that the feats would completely deform.
Yes. This is one of the things when we do that talk about character keeper creation, that's going to be like one of the here are some mistakes that you will make.
Yep. It should just be on its own tab. And
well, you could put it next to the first two.
Yeah, that's true. So I have a wise character.
Okay.
The starting location there is 2. A tomb.
Ooh, okay.
Where you can craft magic, apparently.
Yeah.
The proprietor there is 15. It's my father.
Your father.
He runs the local tomb. Okay, that's definitely interesting.
This is a very neat idea. I haven't seen anything quite like this before. Like the building the town like this. That's very clever. I might have to steal that for.
Yeah, I like this a lot.
Yeah, you could easily steal that for Blades.
Yeah.
That would be fun. You'd add things into the list like your contact or something like that into this. So that's very good.
Yeah, and then there's also an inn, but that's just there. And I think that's there so that you can always do carousing, recovery, and shopping. Primarily recovery and shopping. There should
Yeah.
always be locations for those, I assume. Cool.
So here's a question.
Yeah.
It says choose supporting actions. Does that mean with those town buildings that you would choose, if it listed two, you would choose just the one of them, or do you get both of them for that?
I think choose is the wrong word. I think
Okay.
that may have been me misunderstanding something.
So mark supported actions is probably okay.
Yeah.
I really like that though. That's great.
Yeah. It's also it's fun that you can do the same thing in different places, and like with the proprietors, that gives you like a relationship and a reason to do things. And then later, as I said, they will get specialties and that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can imagine doing like the three places around, doing the culture for like two other places nearby, not doing
Mhm.
towns there yet,
Yeah.
but when you get there, generating towns or whatnot.
Yeah. And I'm not sure because there is a hex crawl aspect to this game. It has like fairly detailed mechanics for travel and that sort of thing. I don't
Yeah.
know how good they are, but they're there. And it is very much built around like going out into the wilderness, finding a dungeon or something, and going back to town to recover and get hirelings and that sort of thing.
Yeah, you can definitely tell Phil Lewis definitely has a love of that kind of granular complexity.
Yeah. I think it manages to set like like half of the thing that sets the tone is just the weird illustration, these old
Yes.
cartoon like things, and I think this is like an actual historical illustrator of some kind, some Renaissance cartoonist or something.
Yes. The Drolotic Dreams of Pantagruel, like most of the internet, most of the pictures are from that.
Yeah.
Which was by Rabelais. I'm probably saying that terribly wrong.
Yeah. I think those and the little notes for them that sets like it sets a tone that I think helps keep things light. Like you're not supposed to take this too seriously.
Yes. Which is a nice antidote for the fact that you do have a lot of record keeping in this game,
Yeah.
and it is very much based on that.
Yeah, but I like that sort of thing because it means I think it helps establish. I think it like the record keeping and the procedures and that sort of thing. When you have these kinds of illustrations and this sort of lighter tone in other materials, you will automatically connect to that when you're doing the other things. Oh, it's just like that weird picture head, and that's that. I think that counteracts some of the boredom that can set in if you're just and now we're traveling another day and you're doing this and I'm doing this and just make the rolls. That's it.
It's interesting because I think Troika does it textually. Like Troika has all that weirdness like baked in on a text side even more.
Okay.
And that's my impression of that.
Yeah, because the text here, as far as I remember and from what I've seen now, that's very straightforward.
Yeah.
There's no the weirdness is not in the text.
Right.
It's just in the illustrations. and of course, there's like some of the background stuff and all of that is somewhat lighthearted, but it's not silly
Right.
for the most part. Like
For the
you
most
can
part.
say that, oh, you have a poisonous turtle. That's kind of weird, but it's not like out
No,
completely out there.
it's not absurdist, completely absurdist.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And there are always like, okay, I'm a Deathburn druid. That's weird, but you can still you can do a reading of it that is serious and it's quirky when you look at it from the outside, but you can still be inside the fiction and take it
Yeah.
seriously.
Yeah, I think that is the challenge is figuring out when you play how much you want to play it straight.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's very much something you need in your cats and in your session zero. Like, are we playing this? Are we playing this grim and gritty? And just like it's fun for the players that there are these weird things, but for the characters, everything's deadly serious. Or are the characters also? Are we like doing it a bit lighter and allowing the characters to also be in on the joke?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Cool.
Excellent.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's it.
Well, thanks for walking me through this. It makes me like more confident of, okay, I need to go back and read through the full thing now.
Yeah.
Now that I've seen that. And yeah, I'm going to steal that town mechanic, the idea that
Yeah.
got there. That's worth borrowing for other things.
Absolutely. I really like the way, just even if it hadn't been, oh, this is your character's best friend or whatever, even if it's just, oh, it's the town's mayor who runs the bank. Okay, that's
Mhm.
interesting.
Yeah.
So you get so much for free just having those combinations.
Awesome. Well, thank you for doing this, Andish.
Yeah, thanks for joining me.
Yeah.
This was a lot of fun.
You should make a copy of The Keeper.
Yeah, this is a copy of the.
What I'm going to say is what we did. And if you do post this as a video, put a link to that in the show notes so people can go, okay, let's go look at what is there.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I mean, I could also. Oh, there's no point in sharing anything here. It's too messy to look at. Yeah, I will. I'll put a link to it.
Okay. Awesome.
Cool. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
Have a nice rest of your day.
I'm going to try. See ya.
Yeah. Take care.